Hey everybody, it's Jason with Kitchen Goat, and today I'm going to go back to my roots and always talked about old recipes that bring back memories. Well, that's from my mom's parents, my grandparents. It's in their handwriting. This is a photocopy, of course, but it's to make pepper jelly. I guess my grandfather used to make it for beef. I don't really know, but it's neat to see this in their handwriting. And let me tell you how old this recipe is. Because it says, run through processor or grinder using fine blade. Use all the juices, slowly boil all ingredients for 10 minutes. Remove from heat, add liquid pectin. Okay, that's not the crazy part. With paraffin, let stand for 2 to 3 days after using, makes 8.5 pints. So instead of having a jar with a lid like this, what they would do is they would have a wax paper piece that you would put down, you'd put the ring on, and flip it over for jelly. I mean, everybody always jokes about Gen X, you know, drinking from a hose and stuff and surviving instead of drinking bottled water. I mean, my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my parents, they all used this paraffin wax thing for jelly. I'm not gonna do it, but it's gonna be kind of neat to go back down memory lane here. So, 3 jalapeno peppers, which, you know, the cool thing about living out in the country is you always get some neighbors that sit there and go, hey, I got some jalapenos, do you want some? So I've got a bunch of jalapeno peppers. We're gonna do a couple of recipes here. I might even do some poppers, I don't know. But, it says it calls for 5 peppers, 5 jalapeno peppers, depending on heat. And then it calls for 4 to 6 bell peppers. I don't have bell peppers, but I have H&R Produce sweet peppers, and that's what we're gonna do. And this is really easy because all we're gonna do is food process this and, you know, then boil it down and add some stuff and hocus pocus and ooga booga. So we'll be right back. So we've got our peppers in here. Now we're going to throw our H&R Produce peppers in here. And you know, the cool thing about jellies and jams, you give them out for presents and you put a little GPS tracker on them. Look, I'm going to give you a piece of advice, folks. If you get a jam or a jelly or a jar for a gift, please return them. They're not cheap, and you know, reuse it. So we're going to completely liquefy this. And it says to save everything, so this will be pretty cool. Got all this processed. Check that out. Now, what do? We add use all the juice, slowly boil all ingredients for 10 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our slurry here. We're gonna add 5 cups of sugar, because nothing says a recipe from the 60s without a bunch of sugar, and a cup of white vinegar. So we'll meet you over here. All right, so we've got our slurry here. I'm gonna add 1 cup of white vinegar, and everybody say Wilford Brimley on the count of 3. Diabetes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cup, it is a jelly, so whatever. So we're gonna get this until it boils. And like I said, it's pretty cool to go down nostalgia lane. You know, if you have any old cookbooks from your grandparents, check out some of those recipes. Because it brings back memories. And I really want to thank everybody for buying the cookbooks, because as of right now, we've raised $2,300 selling my aprons and cookbooks to help buy grocery gift cards using my nonprofit, so we get a discount for the local cancer patients here in Eastern North Carolina. I'm going to try to keep pushing until right before Thanksgiving, and give them to the office about November 15th if all my paperwork comes through. If not, we'll just wait a little bit and get the best deal we can for everybody and feed some folks. So we're going to let this boil for 10 minutes and we'll be right back. All right, so we boiled it for 10 minutes. I had to move it because we foamed over. Like my dad always says, add a little bit of butter, like a tablespoon, and that'll keep it from boiling over, but I didn't do it this time. So we're gonna add our liquid pectin and stir it, and then water. I'm gonna water bath this. I know there are people out there that, you know, I still use paraffin. The government doesn't know anything. Well, you know what? I like the water bath method. That's what I'm gonna teach you. I'm trying to be as safe as humanly possible. And, you know, I don't want to teach you anything that's not safe. So, get this little last squeeze out. All right, so I'm gonna mix this up. And then we're gonna spoon it, or ladle it in some jelly jars, which I'm very thankful. People actually think of me sometimes, and they're like, "Hey, I've got these, you know, jars that I don't have a use for. Can I give them to you?" Absolutely. So what we're gonna do is, you know, it's jelly, it's small. So we've got this mixed up, and it's kind of becoming gelatinous a little bit. So I'm gonna turn this, make it as close to this as possible. so we don't make a huge mess. And you leave a little lip. It's about a ladle per thing, and we're going to wrap it up and I'll water bath it. We'll be right back. All right, this is one of the most important lessons about canning. You see that? It's a chip.
We're done.
I thought I looked over every jar, but sometimes that happens. But seriously, throw it away. Throw away the jelly that's in there. You know, just rather be safe than sorry. So what we did was we've got our little jelly jars here, and I'm gonna water bath it for 10 minutes. I don't have a separate thing for water bathing anymore. I just use my canner that I got, and we're gonna get a rolling boil. I'm gonna throw it in for 10 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna pop these in. Thanks to our little listening device, we got Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Now, before I get done with this, I had just almost enough for a jar, but not. So we're gonna test this out. Check it out. You got the little chunks, you got the seeds, you got, you know, it's not formed jelly yet, but let's give it a try. Boy, now that's going down memory lane. It's got a little kick to it. I think if you put it on a toasted bun and then put it with some pork, I think that'd be great. But this is the cool stuff. Handwritten recipe from my grandparents. They're both gone now. But this way you get to have a little nostalgia. Remember, be kind, be excellent to each other, and have a great day. I'll see you soon.